Hey guys, welcome back to part two. Right now I'm with the skid steer. It's a 257 cat. It's an older machine, but very, very well behaved machine. What I mean by that is it operates very nice. It grades very good. It's very stable. I like it quite a bit for doing stuff like what I'm doing right here. But I'm at the bottom of the steep slope that you've seen in part one of the video. At the very end, I was working on a slope, and those pipes were sticking out of the slope. Well, I'm trying to smooth up the area where I was running the excavator because I tore it up quite a bit while I was moving the excavator back and forth at the foot of the slope. So, trying to get all that straightened back up. And then here in a minute, I will be working on the top of the slope and trying to make the top of the slope more even and uniform because it's kind of up and down and up and down. Right now it's just nothing uniform about it. Whoever graded it to start with didn't do a very good job dressing things up, let's put it that way. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. I'll throw my 2 cents in here every once in a while. Alright, so I'm getting ready to start working up on the top of the slope. And where I'm at right now, there is a pile of screen dirt that I brought. This guy bought off of us. And I dumped it right in that spot that it is with the dump truck. And a small dump truck, 1-ton dump truck. And I'm using it to try to level this area out. I know you can't tell on camera, but there's holes and it's up and down a lot right here behind this guy's house, and it's just hard for him to mow, hard to walk on, and all that great stuff. So we're just trying to make it look nicer and be more functional for him. And also right there where that dirt pile is, there was kind of a depression in the bank, and whatever dirt I had left over from fixing the top of the slope, I spread out. I end up spreading it out in that depression right where the dirt pile is, to make that area more uniform, and it works out pretty nice in the end. So stick around. Now you can hear the machine squeak every once in a while. I know somebody's going to say, oh, you need to grease your machine. Well, it wouldn't do any good because it's not the loader or the bucket squeaking, it's in the tracks, and there's nothing you can do about the tracks squeaking. It's just part of the rubber track system on that machine. It makes a little noise. I think there is a bolt or something loose on one of the drive sprockets that's clicking occasionally, but that's pretty normal on that machine. It comes apart quite frequently, and we have to work on it. It's just the nature of that track system on that machine. ASV tracks. Probably the best riding track on the market, but maybe not the most reliable track. The actual track itself is basically brand new on that machine, but the rest of the undercarriage is well worn. So it's doing pretty good. So this spot right here is a little tricky to fix. This is where the pile of dirt was dumped. And there's kind of two different angle slopes kind of joining in together right here. Maybe three different angles. But you got a different angle coming from above the propane tank, and then one angle on the left side of the skid steer and a different angle on the right side. So what I was trying to do is trying to make it all blend together and then still be able to drive on it with a lawnmower, kinda. So, and it's really steep. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's pretty steep right here too. So just trying to make it all blend and work together, and just trimming and shaping, and is what I'm trying to do, just to make it all look right and make it work right. So what I'm working on in this, right here is where I dug out some of the stumps down below the garden, down below the shed where I dug the footing for the retaining wall. This is that area, and I'm just smoothing up where I dug out the bigger stumps and trying to smooth the bank and the slope up and everything before I get the tractor and the yard rake on it here in a few minutes to put the final touches on it so it can be seeded. I did not do the seeding on this job or the straw, and the homeowner did. He bought some straw and seed off of us, and seeded it and strawed it. The straw is to help with erosion. I think he put some erosion control matting on that really steep slope that I was working on at the end of the last video. And I think last time I talked to him, he said some of the rye was starting to come up, even though it's winter time. So that's good. Alright, now it's time to start putting the finishing touches on this project with the 1026R and the brand new Everything Attachments landscaping rake. This is the very first time that I ever tried to use it. First time I'd ever put it on the tractor was this very day before I brought it to the job. And I was actually very pleased with it. It does a good job. It raked up the rocks, pulled them up in the pile so I could scoop them up later. It got the yard back into a seedable condition, so we could see it pulling up those big rocks. It done a good job. But yeah, normally I would use a Harley rake, probably on the skid steer, to do this since the skid steer was there, but I thought since I had this rake, I would give it a try. And the tractor is a little bit for its size, and with its size, it's a little compact tractor. It's a little bit easier to get around in a small, tight space like this. I'd love to have a Harley rake for this tractor, like a 4-foot one or a 5-foot one, but a 5-foot Harley rake for that tractor costs like $9,000, and it's just hard to justify that kind of money to be on something that can't do a tremendous amount. I mean, they can do a lot of work. I mean, don't get me wrong, but you know, you don't want to tackle a 5-acre lot with a 4-foot or a 5-foot Harley rake. So it's just hard to justify that kind of money for an implement that only fit a tractor this size. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end this part 2 of the video, and I still got enough footage to make another 20 or 30 minute video, so I'll go ahead and save that as a part 3. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you on the next one.